Nearly a dozen teams reportedly attended Odell Beckham Jr.'s latest workout session. According to those in attendance, OBJ looked muscular and explosive during the workout. Shannon, after seeing this workout, what do you think? The market for Odell is going to be hot, cool, or cold?
I say cool. I'm going to need to see more than 11 seconds. See a little bit more of the route tree. But he did. He looked good. He looked under control. But it's just the injury, Skip. Just last time he totaled a 1,000-yard season was 2019.
Yep.
And the money that he's going to be seeking for a guy that's coming off an ACL, they said Arizona was there, Panthers, Giants, Patriots, Rams, Cards, 49ers, Bills, Chiefs, Vikings, Browns, and Ravens. So he has a nice contingent of teams that's in the wide receiver market. The $20 million market, though, that's the question. That's a Devontae Adams. That's a Tyreek Hill. That's the Jeffersons of the world. That's the young guys that doesn't have the injury history that OBJ does. Do I think he can help some of the teams on this list? Absolutely. But I'm looking to go to a team. The Vikings now could be a major player after they just released Adam Thielen. The Chiefs could be in the market, but you hear they might be on the market for DeAndre Hopkins. Mm-hmm. So all these teams, but if I'm OBJ, I'm looking at who has the best quarterback, because everything is contingent on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Who has the best quarterback? Where can I get the most money with the best quarterback? And I think that's where he's going to end up at, Skip. So the Cowboys not being there, Jerry Jones says, I done seen it. Sometimes, Skip, hey, I don't need to go test drive a car. I already know what I want. I don't need to test drive it. I already know. I already saw it. So we know the Cowboys are infatuated. Jerry has this infatuation with OBJ, and maybe he's infatuated with what he once was, not so much what he is. But Jerry just remember the catch that he made on his ball club. And I don't believe that's ever left Jerry's mind, Skip.
I agree.
And so
unfortunately,
I think it'll be cool. But $20 million for a guy that's coming off of 2 ACL injuries. I think he had a hernia surgery in the last 3 years. That's asking an awful lot, but he did look good.
Okay. The first surprise to me was he looked thicker than he used to look. I don't know if it's because he can't do as much cardio because his knee just won't take it yet.
Right.
It looked like he'd been in the weight room. I'm not talking about fat. I'm talking about buff.
Yes.
Thick.
Yeah.
He was carrying a little more weight than he used to, but it's muscle weight. Mm-hmm. Okay. And yet, in the 2 clips I saw, I see him doing stunt catches.
Right.
And you don't do that during the game. So, look, when Odell is 50 years old, he'll be able to go out and do stunt catches because that won't leave you. What will leave you is your burst.
Right.
And I couldn't tell from what I saw about the burst.
Right.
There was the one route, if we could see the second one, which is down in the red zone.
Right.
It's in close, and he runs a back end zone.
Like a choice route, like he options back away.
Yeah. And looked pretty good. Then he came out of it pretty slow. I didn't see great burst coming out of it, but then he backhand, right-hand catches it, which is, it's pretty hard to do.
Right.
And he pulled that off, and then I saw the downfield throw, and he caught that one-handed.
Right.
Okay, way to go. But how often do you do that or need to do that in the game?
That's the one he runs, the slow go.
Yeah, there you go.
Slant and go.
Okay. All right. Pretty good. Okay. But again, in a game, you would want to make sure you catch it with both hands. Right. All right. So for the market, he's 30 years of age. Mm-hmm. He's now had back-to-back surgeries on the same knee, same ACL.
Right.
That would scare me hugely. I think the market is fairly hot because I think people think Jerry is sitting on him. Mm-hmm. So Jerry doesn't show up, which is brazen Jerry. He doesn't show up at this workout because I'm going to guess or assume that he's going to have a private workout with Odell in Dallas.
Okay.
Because he'll want to wine and dine him, and let's talk this thing through. Let's see where we are. Will you give us a little America's Team discount,
right,
which I told you from the start. Remember, down the stretch last year, I really wanted him because he had been a lucky charm. He'd been magical for the Rams the year before,
right,
and he seemed to be a catalyst for them to go win the championship. They
right,
won the Super Bowl, and unfortunately, he's just running free and it's a non-contact and he blows out his ACL again. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Right.
It's hard to, it's just hard to explain how that happens, but every once in a while it just does. So he comes off that. He was not ready down the stretch last year, but Jerry got infatuated because I could add him as a Super Bowl piece. And maybe we'll take off and make our run to the Super Bowl. Well, he's got to at least come in and run some routes, and he would run no routes.
Right.
And finally, Jerry concluded he's just not ready because he was not ready.
No, he wasn't ready.
Okay. Is he ready now? Well, sure, he is. So I thought Mike Florio had an interesting sort of proposal here. He said there's a way to sort of play to Odell's ego, and it's to give him around $7 million to start with a team option, not his option, that would trigger some backside years, 3 more years with a phony final year, and it would push the total average to $20 million. Well, you're tricking it up. It's done with mirrors. It's a mirage.
He's like, how much am I getting the first year?
Well, that's what he needs to know. Well, this would be $7 million. Which I'm pretty sure he wants 20-ish.
Yeah, well, but Skip, 7 ain't close to 20.
No, it's not even close to 20. And it doesn't, the way you would set this up, there wouldn't be much room incentively to go make more than $7 million a year.
And the question, but here's the thing: you always have to be cautious, Skip. CeeDee Lamb is on there.
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb wants money.
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb said, I'm gonna make about I'm gonna make somewhere between $5 and $7 million. You bring a receiver in and play him $20 million, and he's helped you win how many games in the past? How many divisions has he helped you win? So you bring this guy in and put him, basically, you're saying that put him in front of me because you paid him $20 million and I'm making 6 to 7.
Argue, although Odell has cachet, he's got respect in the locker room because he has done it before. And
done what? What exactly has he done?
he's put on shows before games, unlike any we've ever seen before. But that's what he's done.
He might need to go to Vegas.
But his mystique is high in the locker room. I will bet you they're all in awe, because I think the Rams were in awe of having Odell in our locker room.
Skip. But CD is like, I'm the number one. All the things that Odell once did, I can do now.
Okay, but you do need a number two or at least a three.
But the number two making $20 million?
No. It won't fit, which is why I'll bet you as we speak, Jerry's on the phone with him or maybe having breakfast with him or lunch with him at this point, trying to convince him. Do you realize how much it would do for you off the field to be a Dallas Cowboy?
Well, I think the thing is Jerry says he had a great conversation at Honors with his mom, and he says it seems to be that's where Odell, he can see where Odell gets a lot of his charm and charisma and personality from his mom.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, mom ain't going to be catching no passes.
No.
Can Odell help this ball club? Do you believe Odell, this year, can help this ball club win the division and compete for a championship?
I'm just not sure how much he has left, but I thought Michael Gallup would help way more than he helped last year. He was coming off an ACL, and as we've talked about, it seems to be at least a one-year rehab now. It didn't used to be like that. It didn't feel that way to me.
Right.
Michael Gallup was kind of a shell of himself last year. He wasn't running past people. He did run by somebody late in the San Francisco game that they lost, and Dak missed it.
Well, you got to thank Adrian Peterson for that.
Yeah,
because he blew up whatever idea or logic that you have for an ACL surgery. He blew it out the water.
Yeah, because now Kawhi is like a year and a half, and he's still on minutes restriction.
Right. Not lately. He's been playing 40 minutes.
No, he had one where they did the overtime game. But again, he's still a little bit iffy, and it's still balky.
Okay.
But the point is that I look at the wide receiver market. Okay, so Jacoby Myers is the top-rated free agent. Juju's going to be out there. Okay, and Thielen got cut by the Vikings, Adam Thielen, so he might be a bargain for somebody on the market. Lazard could be out there depending on Aaron's decision.
He's a lot younger than those other guys.
Okay. Then you've got DJ Chark, who I like a little bit, and then you've still got Jarvis Landry, and he seems like he's on
the back end,
right? It's not huge. DeAndre Hopkins is out there only because he keeps putting himself out there, and I think Arizona's like, okay, if you want to bring us a haul back, we would trade you, but you have to trade a lot for him.
But, Skip, consider they didn't give up a whole lot to get him. Teams are going to be very reluctant to give up a whole lot to get him.
Yeah, I agree. So,
but I do, of the guys that's on the market, I think D-Hop is the best. Of all the guys that you just mentioned,
by far.
I think he's the best.
Okay. I still think Odell could help a little, but not a lot. But I do think that Jerry, I just know Jerry. And once he gets dead set on something, he's just going to go get his man because he wants this man to be a Dallas Cowboy because he wants another son.
Right.
He sees him as a potential part of the Jones family.
You can sell a lot of T-shirts and 13 jerseys or whatever jersey he chose.
You got that right. Okay. So is he worth $20 million? No. But can he make up some of it off the field as an America's teamer? Yes, he can.
So you win the division this year? I mean, you still with the Eagles? You winning the playoffs? How far are you going?
Okay. Well, he spent a third-round pick on a kid named Jalen Tolbert last year that did not pan out. They've hit on just about everything.
It's going to take him
change the culture.
a year longer than he thought to change the culture.
Okay, well, I couldn't. I watched him carefully. I didn't see anything. It feels like right now Odell is better than Jalen Tolbert.
Okay.
I hope he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely needs to be better than that
That's
for $20
what I'm
million.
saying. Yeah.
I have a feeling he is in tip-top shape and ready to capitalize, ready to make up for lost time. We will find out, guys. All right. With free agents not want to play with Kyler Murray, what do you guys think about this situation with the Cardinals? Let's discuss as the free agency period approaches when we come back.